Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gretchen Hidell on Facebook Live here. I am joining you tonight. I'm broadcasting live from Facebook, and I'm also trying to do at the same time Instagram, so I don't know if that's really going to work, but we will see. It's saying that I have to do something different here. So I'm going to try to do something new because it's the new moon, lunar, solar eclipse. So I'm going to try to do this live. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to be trying to do this at the same time on Instagram. Okay, so this is Gretchen Hidell. If you are just joining me, whether you're watching me tonight on either Facebook Live, Instagram Live, or if you're watching on the already pre-recorded version, welcome. I'm so glad that you guys are joining me tonight. And I'm doing my very first live simultaneous broadcast, and maybe even you guys will be watching on YouTube if you subscribe to me. So welcome. Oh my goodness, we have a lot of energy coming up, and I want to talk about it. It's very, very important. It is basically the big, great conjunction. We're here. It's taking place. So basically what's going to be happening this week, and I'm just going to dive right into it, is we have Saturn and we have Jupiter entering into Aquarius. So it's going to be a lot of new energy, lots of shifting, a lot of different things. We have the solar eclipse that just took place here today on the time of the broadcast, which is on Monday the 14th and December 14th of 2020. And then we'll also, I'll go over the week ahead, and then we have the great conjunction coming next Monday, the same time as the solstice, because we have to end 2020 just as powerfully as we started. So I'm gonna just jump into, well, let's talk about the solar eclipse basically, because we have a lot of stuff going on. Let's see here. I'm trying to broadcast live, and I'm realizing that I can't read the screen if I have my camera facing this. So welcome everybody that's joining. Hello on Facebook here. We have people announcing where they're tuning in from. Corbin outside of Atlanta, still Scorpio. My mom, hello, welcome. Marianne, welcome. We have Katrina of Sagittarius from Maine, welcome. So if you're just joining me live, please go ahead and post below. Let's see. We have so many people here commenting. Happy holidays, Maggie. Yes, welcome. Rosalie, Burlington, Capricorn, welcome. Yes, lots of energy. So welcome everybody who's joining me, whether you're joining me on Facebook or on Instagram. So this is new for me to do a simultaneous broadcast. So what a better time to do something new on the new moon. I keep saying full moon. New moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius, 23 degrees Sagittarius. It was earlier today at 11:17 a.m. Eastern time. Earlier than that if you're on the West Coast, but it does not matter because we are feeling the vibes of all of this wonderful energy that we have. Definitely feeling this new moon today. What a better way to manifest. This is a new moon on steroids, everybody. So think new. New moon is new things. So what do you want to bring into your life? What's the new energy that you want to bring in? It's not like Debbie Downer energy like the last one we had. We had a full moon lunar eclipse, and that was just on November 30th, and that was like endings, and it was like endings on steroids. So now we have a new moon, and we have new energy, and it's a little bit more positive minded, if you will. So think about how Sagittarius, 23 degrees Sagittarius, that's right, it's kind of at the end of Sagittarius. So if your birthday is around now, you are at ground zero of this energy, whether it's tomorrow or next week or or last week, you're right in that bubble, okay, of where the new moon solar eclipse is taking place. So there's a lot of really big, good energy with new moon. So you want to make sure you write out your new moon manifestation list. So how do you do that? So you write down all the things that you want to manifest. And yes, do it today, tonight, after the broadcast, or early tomorrow morning, but you'll be losing the bubble. So you want to make sure you kind of get your new moon manifestation list while we're in that good bubble. And so you're going to write down everything that was on the list. Now, if you guys watch me regularly, you know from last week, basically I was telling you guys and giving you preparation. So make sure you follow me. If you don't follow me, or if you don't send me a friend request, you won't know these live updates that I do all the time on Monday nights, where I'm giving you guys the behind the scenes 411 on how to work with this astrological energy. So you want to write down your new moon manifestation list. Put all the things you want on the list, not the how you want to get them. So if you want to love, like a new love romance match, but you don't want to put the person's name necessarily. You just want to put, you want love, you want that connection. Sometimes it gets tricky when people are trying to manifest like a specific relationship with a specific person. That's tricky. You want to make sure you just don't put, I wouldn't put the name of the person. I would put that you want love and you want it to be a love relationship and all that, and all the things that you want from that relationship, but not the name. Heather said as a question here, I heard you shouldn't put the same things on your list each new moon. I don't know why you wouldn't. You could certainly do that. Hello, everybody. I'm talking to two cameras at once here. It's kind of fun. Because, I'm an Aries, and why do things halfway when you can do things all the time? Full on, right? So Heather, you can absolutely put the same thing on the list. Now you might want to revise how you phrase those things. So again, maybe there's something like a little off with your phrasing. Some people say, like, I like to use the example of money. So money is another one. People will go, I want more money, so I need to win the lottery. Well, then you're dictating how you're getting the money, and that, just leave it open. So Heather, I would absolutely say, I do that. I actually do that myself. I will put if it hasn't arrived yet, whatever the thing is that I'm trying to manifest, I will put it on the list next month. I don't know why you wouldn't. So I'm not sure the thinking behind that. Brian, I don't know his last name. Brian, asked me if I'm a medium as well. And yes, Brian, I am a psychic medium. I am a clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, and an astrologer, and I do cards. I do a lot of things. All y'all know that I do a lot of things. So, so welcome. Thanks for joining tonight. So we have a lot of good stuff here. So basically that was today. That was that big solar eclipse. Now remember, eclipses are always when one planet kind of eclipses the other planet. So basically new moons are when the sun and the moon are in the same sign. That always happens every month. But this particular eclipse was so close, because they were so close, they actually did eclipse each other. Now we couldn't see that in the United States, but certain areas of South America could see it. But the thing is, a lot of people get mixed up with that. They'll say, oh, well, I could, if you can't see it, it's not powerful or something. No. It's in astrology, an eclipse is an eclipse. Doesn't matter if you can see it or not. It's almost like saying, well, it's cloudy, so I can't see it. Well, and it wouldn't be powerful. Yeah, no, it's still powerful, because the planets are still doing their thing. And eclipses are the start of a new cycle. So this cycle of this eclipse starts today on the December 14th and goes all the way until May 26th of 2021. That's the blooming time. Okay, so sometimes it takes multiple months for things to come to fruition. So Heather was asking about if something hasn't come. Well, sometimes it doesn't come right away, Heather. Sometimes it takes a little while, but that's basically what the deal is. All right, so Corbin, Sun in Scorpio, he said Moon in Sagittarius. So today was your new moon, Corbin, and that is a powerful thing. Basically that you had your natal new moon, okay, it's in the same sign, so that's very powerful new moon for you, Corbin. So hopefully you got to do lots of really good manifesting. Harold said hey for Virgo from New York City. Kelly, Miss Leo from Florida, not really originally from Florida, but she lives in Florida now. And Kristen, Sagittarius, Vermont. Hello, Kristen. So basically it's one of those things that we want to be able to do our new moon manifestation list today. Do it tonight or tomorrow morning. People always text me like 3-4 days later, can I still write my list? I mean, yeah, you can write a manifestation list at any time in your life. It's just that you're using this time frame of the bubble and the power of the new moon and the power of the eclipse. This is like a new moon on steroids. So you want to take advantage. It's almost like you're giving it a little extra oomph, a little extra fire and a little extra power, okay, to the manifestation. So this is exciting stuff. And the United States Electoral College made their decision today, and I just heard that parts of New England, we're getting the vaccine from Pfizer today. We got our shipments from Pfizer. So it's really exciting. There's like a lot of big exciting, however you feel about vaccines, I'm just, but we have like a lot of really exciting sort of powerful energy that's taking place right now. So it's really, really good stuff. And this particular new moon, by the way, I didn't have enough space to write this in my write-up today. If any of you guys read my write-up on my astrology updates page, or if you read it on Instagram, but I definitely had a full write-up today in reference to the new moon, but I couldn't even fit everything that's happening because also today, Venus formed a sextile with Jupiter and Mercury formed a trine with Mars, and the asteroid Ceres formed a sextile with Uranus. It's just so much energy, but just know sextiles and trines are all good stuff, and the planets mostly, except for Uranus, but Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, all are happy planets. So at least the happy planets are getting highlighted, and not just like these like kind of yucky planets that I'm often talking about, the Pluto and the Saturn and all that stuff. And even Saturn I don't actually think is yucky, just for the record. Speaking of which, so tomorrow, before I get into the great conjunction stuff, tomorrow Venus is going to move into Sagittarius for the next month. So we have the new moon in Sagittarius today, and then Venus is moving into Sagittarius. Now remember, Sagittarius, yes, Katrina said Maine just received 12,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine today. Vermont got some doses, I think 1,500, and then New Hampshire got a bunch more doses also. So we're getting some vaccines, which is good. However you feel about that, hopefully healthcare workers can be safe, which is really what we want. At least even if you don't want the vaccines, we want the healthcare workers to be safe, however that happens. So anyway, so Venus is going to be in Scorpio for the next month now, or Sagittarius, sorry. Sagittarius is the horse. Half man, half horse, and I just lost my connection on Instagram here. And so we want to roam, we want to play, we want to be free, we want to be like, that's basically Sagittarius. Sagittarius likes to be free, it's the centaur. So Sagittarius likes to be free, likes to roam, likes to gallop. Okay, think about the horse. And so all of that stuff is good. I wrote a little bit in my column today about travel, but it's not just travel. It's travel in the mind. It's like seeking, exploring, adventuring. It's philosophy. It's education. It's all of that stuff is basically Sagittarian energy. And so we're going to have that in our love zone. Okay. So love and finances is going to be Sagittarius energy. Now, Sagittarians are not the most frugal people. I'm just going to say that out loud. Okay. It's they're not really known for being super frugal. Now, it's not to say a Sagittarius can't be frugal, but you know, is their moon in Capricorn? Is their moon in Virgo? Like, come on, you know, that sometimes that they need some more grounding energy to be frugal, because Sagittarians kind of live more in the moment. And they just want to, it's like, oh, free spirit time, you know. I'm going to unplug my things. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. Just bear with me. I apologize. I'm doing 2 live broadcasts, so we'll see how this works. But Sagittarians definitely are somebody said, shh, don't tell about Sagittarians not being as frugal. It's just a thing, you guys know. But it's like living in the moment, you know. Life is a banquet or a buffet, you know. It's like all about like the experience, and it's more about the the journey, not the destination. So that's Sagittarian energy. So when we get Venus in a Sagittarius, boy, Venus in Sagittarius is not known, okay, just to let you know, for being super commitment oriented. You guys like to roam, you know, the horse likes to explore and adventure and all that. Not necessarily super commitment oriented. You know, if you want options, you know, it's a thing, you know. That Sagittarian energy likes to have some options. So it's one of the signs I've talked about. Venus in Virgo, Venus in Sagittarius, Venus in Aquarius, and Venus in Gemini all have a little bit of problems sometimes settling down. And if they're not commitment phobic themselves, they will attract a partner that's commitment phobic. So, but here's what I always say: if you're commitment phobic, it's because if you find somebody who's commitment phobic and wants to like not settle down and not whatever, it usually means that you're commitment phobic. So like energy attracts like energy, remember. And people will say, no, that's not true. I want a solid relationship, and then they date one commitment phobe after another commitment phobe after another commitment phobe, and then that's, you know, that's a thing. So I always say, look inside yourself. Okay, if you're commitment, you might have a commitment issue. A lot of women, that's how our commitment phobia looks, by the way. Men in our culture are hailed, okay, for being a commitment phobe. Like, oh, he's a playboy and he's a hot commodity and he just hasn't found the right woman. Where women in our culture tend to be like, oh, poor thing. Oh, she can't find anybody. Oh, poor thing, you know. And it's not like that. Us ladies, what we tend to do is we tend to date men that are commitment phobic also. And it's really because secretly deep down we are. So that's Venus is Sagittarius. We always have to talk a little bit. But remember, if you're in it for, maybe you don't want a commitment. Maybe you literally just want to travel and explore and have fun and flirt and have a whirlwind romance, then that's right up your alley. Sagittarius is fun. And remember that it's a fire sign, so it's all about the doing, you know. Sagittarius is all about the doing and the adventure and spending time having fun, you know. Sagittarius is actually a really fun time. That's why every year Sagittarius season is the holiday season. So think about that. You know, it's Hanukkah, it's the whole time preparing for Christmas, the whole time preparing for Kwanzaa, the whole preparation between Thanksgiving and Christmas is all Sagittarius season. Well, hello, that's what we call the holiday season. So it's all about having fun, going to parties and events and stuff. So think about that in our love zone. You know, it's like, it's a party, but I don't know about you. I like to go to a bunch of different parties, but I also have a little bit of Sagittarius in my chart, so don't tell anybody. It's just between me and all of you guys, okay? So let's talk about this big Age of Aquarius, because we're entering the Age of Aquarius, literally the Age of Aquarius, and so, yay. All right, so why is this the Age of Aquarius? So I'm going to talk about, I'm going to break it down. So we have 2 planets changing signs this week. So we have big old Saturn. We call him Big Daddy, okay? Because Saturn was the father of all the different planets. We have Big Daddy Saturn, and he's going to be switching overnight between Wednesday and Thursday at 12:04 a.m. Eastern time, so 9:04 p.m. on Wednesday, the 16th, or Thursday, the 17th, and he will be officially switching into Aquarius. Then on Saturday, we have Jupiter switching officially into Aquarius at 8:07 a.m. Eastern time. And so they are both going to be going into Aquarius, and then on Monday, on the 21st, on the solstice, they're going to have the great conjunction, which is they're calling potentially is what historians think that the Star of Bethlehem was, the North Star or whatever, like this mythological sort of star that the Magi followed, was, they actually think was not even a star. They think it was the great conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter, which means, and again, I'm not getting into beliefs here, I'm just saying this is the theory, that maybe baby Jesus was born under the great conjunction. So that's very exciting, it's very exciting stuff. And that's, so the great conjunction, just to clarify, happens every 18 to 20 years. However, there's certain times when they come together and they're more exact, which means they're supercharged, super bright. And this is one of the times in history, it's the brightest time that we will see in history, at least while we're alive, okay, currently on this planet. So that's pretty exciting. I think it's pretty exciting stuff. So the last time that it was this bright in the night sky was 1623. And we'll see them all month, just to let you know. There's just that they're getting closer and closer and closer. And then on Monday, on the solstice, okay, is going to be, and it's going to be 0 degrees Aquarius. That's going to be the sign that they are conjunct in, is 0 degrees Aquarius. So very, very exciting stuff. And somebody said, how can we see it? You look up. If you are born in the northern hemisphere, or if you're living in the northern hemisphere, which is in America, just look up at the night sky and you'll be able to see it's going to be this super bright thing, which is pretty cool, that we'll be able to see. And that's going to be the brightest, like I said, since 1623. But they're getting close. Like they're almost like they're right like this right now. So that's going to be on Monday that we'll be able to see it. And yes, you'll be able to see it with the eye clear, because remember the Magi, which is the 3 wise men that found baby Jesus, they didn't have flashlights, they didn't have telescopes, they didn't have any of that. So basically what they did is they looked up in the sky and they followed the star, and then supposedly, according to the story, that's how they found baby Jesus. So very exciting stuff. And it'll be really bright and wonderful. Hopefully we'll have clear skies on Monday. So that'll be, fingers crossed, because we all want to see the North Star, the Star of Bethlehem. We all want to see that. So, but really what we're talking about, it's not actually a star. It's 2 planets combining their forces. So the last time, this is very important when it comes to why are we moving into the Age of Aquarius. I'm going to answer that question. Everybody's typing, how long is it and what's going to happen? I'm getting there. It takes me a little while to get there, but I'll tell you, because I need to break down the function and the components of this. So Jupiter has not been in Aquarius since January of 2009 to January of 2010. So think about what you were doing pretty much all of 2009, and this is going to be a Jupiter return to that time in both your astrological chart and in your life. Roughly, Jupiter is in each sign for 1 year, and it repeats, okay, the signs every 12 years. So basically, think about 12 years ago, 12 years before that, 12 years before that, it was always in Aquarius, and it was always in your chart in Aquarius. So wherever Aquarius falls in your astrological chart is where Jupiter in Aquarius is going to be. Now, the really cool thing, so one time with a client, we charted her Jupiter cycles. And basically what happened was she had Jupiter, I think she said when she was like, she was young, she was like, 12, 13, 14, something like that. She basically started to ride horses or something, like something with connection with horses. And then her next Jupiter cycle after that, she started to teach lessons part-time at her barn. And then the next lesson after that, or the next Jupiter cycle after that, she actually was given an opportunity to buy the barn that she loved and had gone to for many, many years. And so each time, each Jupiter cycle, she kind of went like this and went up so think about 12 years ago, what was happening for you. Somebody just put that they're pregnant in 2009. So, so that's another, there's going to be another like kind of thing related to your child, and coming back up, but it's an evolution. Okay. So whatever happens back then is going to be repeating, but hopefully in an elevated sort of way. So I know you have to, with astrology, you really have to put your thinking cap on and think, what was I doing back then, to see. And so hopefully you'll be getting it's going to be like a round 2 for this Jupiter cycle. Now with Saturn going into Aquarius, the last time Saturn was in Aquarius was 1991 to 1993. So Aquarius, you have to remember Aquarius is the sign of humanitarian. Aquarius is the sign of, wanting to make the world a better place, so when we're talking about entering into the age of Aquarius, this is so exciting stuff. And the reason why this is, coming back to the Great Conjunction, the Great Conjunction has been, for the last 200 years, has been occurring mostly in Earth signs. Now it's going to switch for the next 200 years. So between now and 2159, okay, we'll all be dead by then. Between now and 2159, there'll be in air signs. So we are entering the age of Aquarius in a lot of ways. The Great Conjunction is leaving Earth signs and it's going to be in the air signs. So yeah, this is really, really exciting. People on Instagram are responding saying, yes, it's really cool. Katrina said my oldest grandson was born 12 years ago, back in 2009. How exciting. Yes, everybody's asking questions here. So it's really big stuff, really powerful stuff. So the last time that the Great Conjunction was in Aquarius was 1623, and the time before that was 1405. I mean, we're talking, again, 2020, history in the making. It's really, really cool. And it's almost, I was saying today on my astrology write-up, it's almost like 4th of July fireworks. You know how like the grand finale is like the big thing that everybody can't wait for? Well, that's kind of like how 2020 is. It's like the grand finale. In the next 2 weeks, we have like stuff that, again, hasn't happened for 200 and something years or 400 years or whatever these time frames are. I mean, it's really, really powerful stuff. So Saturn, it has a very interesting path, So the last time Saturn was in Aquarius, and by the way, if you were born during these years, just to let you know, and I'm about to tell you the years. If you're born during these years, you're having your Saturn return also, which is another added additional lens from all the Saturn energy. So the last time Saturn was in Aquarius, which was 1991 to 1993, apartheid was ended. How cool is that? Then, if you were born between 1962 and 1964, was the time before that Saturn was in Aquarius, civil rights, was very active, and, all of that stuff. And then even before that, 1932 to 1935, Saturn was in Aquarius. We were just coming off of the Great Depression, and FDR's big New Deal was actually in play, and where he was trying to get, assistance for all and help for all. Well, hello, we need that, right? It's a very similar time frame that we're in, that we need, society, because of COVID and because of people losing jobs, and because we're in a more like, let's try to help humanity phase. Thank you. Okay, thank you, whoever gods or universe or whatever it is that we're praying to. Thank you, because I mean, this is what we need. And I'm sorry I'm being so animated, but I'm not sorry, because I'm so excited about this energy. It's so much. You guys know I've been doing this broadcast now, this Monday night broadcast, since COVID started, and I did it as a way to help people, to guide them through, because I knew that this time. I kept titling my posts in the beginning of the year, History in the Making, History, because I knew that this was going to be the most challenging year of all. And so I started doing this broadcast then, and now I'm so happy to be kind of coming out of it, though I almost feel like as an astrologer, I'll be bored after this. We'll see. We'll see. I'm never usually bored because I'm an Aries and I like to make my own fun. We'll just say that. Okay. So since 1802, these grand conjunctions have been happening in earth signs. The final grand conjunction that happened, I think was in Taurus, was May 28th of 2000, year 2000 was the last time we had a great conjunction. So again, they only happen for every 18 to 20 years, but not in Aquarius. So this is the very, very first time that we are having one in Aquarius for 200 years. So I'm excited about that. And then in 2024, not to skip ahead or to be, Pluto's going to enter Aquarius. So we're about to have a lot of more air sign energy, and we're leaving the earth sign energy. Now, earth sign, look, we like earth signs because earth sign, I always say if it wasn't for earth signs, we'd never do anything. We would never be able to accomplish anything. Earth signs are practical and they do all the steps and pragmatic and all that. But it's kind of hard with all of this stuff. It's just been really like slow and sludgy, the energy, I think anyway. Now we got a little preview back March 21st to July 1st of this year. We got a little preview of that Saturn and Aquarius stuff. So remember when I said it was civil rights, it was apartheid. And by the way, women's rights are associated with this Saturn and Aquarius too. The rise of women and putting women in power. Hello, Kamala. Hello, we have some rise of that as well, because remember, Aquarius is humanity. So when we have all of these things associated, when we think back to this year, when we got the little mini preview of Saturn being in Aquarius, we saw, unfortunately, the George Floyd and all the other things that took place, the murders that took place, and the riots that were happening as a result of that. So unfortunately or fortunately, sometimes things have to kind of break down, and it breaks down really like kind of abruptly and harshly, and unfortunately that's sometimes how change is made, but just know that it's going to be change, and ultimately it will result in betterment of the world and of humanity. But we might have to go through some rough stuff before we get there, but we've already been going through some rough things. I have said in several of my previous broadcasts, so if you guys ever watch those on YouTube or my Facebook page, that basically it's one of those things where we really are almost entering a time frame where it's similar to the 1960s, where it's going to be, just a lot of change. We need change. We need some change, I feel. And I'm excited. And also a return to science, which is kind of cool. A lot of discovery is kind of under Uranus and also under Aquarius. A lot of discovery, like X-rays, uranium, like different, I don't know, just different discoveries were made. I'd have to go back and like think about all that stuff. So it's another layer. So I can't see all of this comment, but it said something about somebody said something about, I don't think that liberation and equality for all women will come during this time. Well, here's the thing. It's not all at one time. You got to think of this stuff as layers. Okay, so it's like you're ripping off a layer, and then you rip off another layer, and then you rip off, when we go through these time frames, we're ripping off layers. And so that's basically what the deal is. So, but we'll see, we will see how that all plays out. But I'm more excited about this time frame because I knew, Capricorn time frame is all about hard work, responsibility, things being difficult, more responsibility, more hard work, more responsibility. So, I'm over that. Let's get some air sign energy in here, because air is all mental, it's ideas, it's processing, it's heady, but it's definitely there to create change. And that's basically, we'll peel off another layer in this time frame, and hopefully in 200 years we will have evolution. So Andrea had said something about how she doesn't think that it's going to result in equality for everybody. here's the thing, you have to think of these things as layers and hopefully as evolution, because hopefully, fingers crossed, we have wisdom, and we can't think about these things as just this year or just this little week or a little day, because we get so caught up in our days and our weeks and stuff. But we have to think about these as like, this is a new 200-year cycle, and we're at the baby birth of it. How exciting is that? I think it's exciting. So hopefully that makes sense to all of you guys, and I do hope that it results in another layer and more positivity for the world, because that we need that. And we also can't just endlessly use consume, and have this consumerism, which is a very Capricorn's all material. So we might move away from that materialism. Capricorn's like the bottom line, the CEO, always wanting checks, all that, stuff. Like, is this making money? It's kind of like, do we make money for money's sake? Well, no, sometimes it's not good to like make 4,000 billion things that are going to end up in a landfill, so that's a thing. So, hopefully that helps. And it looks like somebody did say they're having their Saturn return here. They were born in, Gail, yes, you're having your Saturn return, girl. You'll be in the height of it. She's born 1963. So she's entering her Saturn return. So, Saturn return means it's extra Saturn and more lessons and all of that stuff. So, Gail pointed out, yes, it's conscious evolution, not automatic. Of course. But even if you didn't know this, and we didn't have this knowledge as far as astrology goes, we would unconsciously be moving through. It's kind of like we unconsciously moved through Mercury retrograde before we even knew it was a thing. We just knew that, like, why is it for the last couple of weeks all my stuff is breaking? There's that, right? And then when you learn about it, it's like, oh, there's a predictability to this. Every single time, Mercury retrograde comes, something happens. So now I'm talking about these really big, this is like a gigantic, big, huge cycle. So, again, 200 years, but at least in the next, almost 3 years, we're going to be having, a cluster, and then Pluto will join them. Pluto's going to enter Aquarius in 2024. So we'll have even another, I don't know how long Pluto's going to be in Aquarius, because Pluto has an oblong orbit. So I don't have that off the top of my head, but it's usually a decade or more. So exciting stuff. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2007 to 2024, just to give you an idea of how long Pluto is in different areas. In the very day that Obama was elected, Pluto went into Capricorn, and that was that start of that cycle. So we've just been in this very long kind of cycle with Pluto. My mom said, Rita said, I would love to see climate change. Yeah, of course, definitely. So hopefully we'll be able to see some of that. But very, very exciting energy. So next week, like I said, we're moving into the Great Conjunction. The Great Conjunction, just to let you know, will take place at 1:21 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. Okay, so that's going to be the height of it at 0 degrees, Great Conjunction. And then we're also going to have the solstice, the winter solstice, next Monday too. So my Monday night broadcast for this week and next week is a big, huge honking broadcast. By the way, if you find these broadcasts valuable, like and share with your friends. Copy paste with the the links. Even YouTube, because definitely it's something that people need to know. Because again, if we're conscious, if we have conscious, Gail pointed out, if we have conscious evolution, I think we can make even more of these time frames, so get involved with causes, what we're going to be driven to do that stuff, and if you have any Aquarius in your chart, that's going to be even more tickled by this, energy. I have Venus in Aquarius. So, but any kind of like causes that you might want to join, organizations that, starting something in your community to like help out. All of that type of stuff is going to be really, really valued during this time. So we'll be seeing a rise in that, whether it's, joining whatever kind of cause, Habitat for Humanity or you're volunteering at a shelter, or you know, saving animals, and maybe you know, using less plastic. All that stuff is going to be very Aquarius stuff, okay? Just to let you know, because Aquarius always thinks in that big picture of like, is this going to kill us in 200 years? Maybe, you know, so we want to be able to, oh, we have a bunch of Venus and Aquarius people on Instagram here. Katrina said North Node in Aquarius. Yeah, if you have any kind of energy in your chart that's Aquarius energy, you'll be feeling this. And if you have an activation of air signs, so if you have, you know, Gemini or Libra, you'll definitely feel this a lot. The fixed signs are all going to feel this too. So Aquarius, of course, Leo, and then Taurus and Scorpio also will feel this. Now, if you think about it, Uranus, which is Aquarius's ruler, is in Taurus now. So you guys will be feeling that too if you have any Taurus energy. And again, Uranus is like, Uranus and Aquarius are kind of like that. So speaking of that, the ruler of Aquarius, being Uranus, is associated with Archangel Uriel. And so Uriel is the archangel that is associated with the sky. In fact, Aquarius was associated with Prometheus, and then Uranus is the god of the sky. So we have like air, you know, it's all this air energy, and it's quite beautiful. Now Archangel Uriel is always featured or pictured with some sort of like a Archangel Uriel is always pictured with some sort of light or lantern, because he is the archangel that helps to guide us in our future and guide us towards like whatever it is that we need, and be able to light the way and make us aware, bring awareness. So Aquarius can be a little bit sometimes shocking. I'll just say that because Uranus is shocking, you know, unexpected events, shocking things, you know, all of that type of stuff. I'm trying to find a picture here for you. But I'm for some reason not finding a picture of Uriel here because on live and on camera, I will not find his picture here. Let's see. Oh, here he is. Brilliant idea. And so this is Archangel Uriel card, and I'll just kind of, so if you see, he has like a lightning bolt, okay, in his hand here. And if you guys are on Instagram, you'll see that. But there's a lightning bolt in his hand. He's on Pegasus, and that's Archangel Uriel. And it's all about having some more awareness. So we're going to have awareness. It might even be kind of smack you in the face awareness. But the thing is, how are we going to fix something if we don't have awareness? So awareness is the first step, I always say. So Archangel Uriel helps us with that, just to let you guys know. So it's really fun stuff. So I am definitely going to pull a card. If anybody has any questions for me tonight, feel free to post below, and I just pick who I'm guided to answer. And so hello everybody who's joining. Make sure you like the broadcast, share, comment, all that good stuff. If anybody has any questions about our wonderful new moon. Marianne said she has Chiron in Aquarius. Okay, so Andrea, I can't read this. I can't read it. Let me just see. She's still talking about her crush, Andrea. I'll pull one card for you, girl. You gotta give that some room. Let's see. So, all right, Andrea had a question. If anybody else has a question, I'm willing to pull a card here. So if you need any guidance, Andrea, let's see. Oh, girl, you got passion. Got the card of passion there. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of feelings behind this. I just, what I would say to you is just, I keep feeling low and slow, take it slow, low and slow. Okay, I hope that helps. There's a lot of passion, and I'll read you the message on the card, which is Archangel Haniel. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and in your career. Look, it's a work connection, so you want to be able to Definitely. And when people are saying pull a card, but you know, if you have a question about, you don't have to go into great detail, but if you have any kind of a question as far as, you know, like if it's career, at least just put some kind of area of life that you might be thinking of. It does feel like it's mutual, but I would make sure the person's fully single. Andrea, that's what I would say. Make sure the person's fully available, because I don't know why, but I do feel like there might be somebody else potentially, or maybe there's like another, like somebody that they like. So just to let you know, but it feels mutual, Andrea. Okay. All right. So, all right. Somebody asked about cardinals here. I was looking through. So Tammy said she saw 5 cardinals. So basically it's one of those things that cardinals are, and birds, all birds are considered to be representative of spirit. Okay, so a lot of people right now are seeing cardinals and blue jays because it is that time of year that they are around. But usually when you see like a flock of them or a bunch of them, because they usually don't hang out like that, that's like definitely a really cool thing and an unusual thing. And so oftentimes it is related to spirit, a deceased loved one typically. I don't know why, but it feels like there's some connection there with a grandparent. Okay, Tammy, for you specifically, I'm answering this question about your cardinals. And so I hope that helps. Number 5, she asked if there was any significance with the number 5. Number 5 is the card of Mercury, which is definitely about using your mind and using logic. Okay, Mercury is about thinking things through. So your 5 cardinals might be here to tell you, slow down, think things through. Okay, Tammy, comment below if you're still on the broadcast and if there resonates with you. But I feel like you need to slow down about a situation. The cardinals are here to say like, whoop, hold on, let's think things through and use our logic. Okay, but cardinals actually specifically are the bird of Aries, which is kind of interesting. So I hope that helps. So I have some questions here on I don't know, on Instagram. And so Martisha Fitz, I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right. So I will pull a card for you. And we have some watchers on Instagram and also here on Facebook. So Gail said she saw a lot of cardinals when her dog passed. So let me look. Martisa or Martisha, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Fitz. Wanted to know, wanted a card. There's a lot of love life stuff going around you. Okay. This is the card of chakra clearing. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see that chakra clearing. There's a lot of love life. Martisha, okay, yeah. There's a lot of love life energy around you, but it could potentially be something that the love life card means that you need to clear something. When you get the card of chakra clearing, this is Archangel Metatron. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes, okay? Now, I know that doesn't give anything specific there, but I'm picking up that there is a love life situation with you, Martisha, and potentially that there might be somebody that's in your energy. It could be a current person or it could even be an ex that is like weighing you down. It's like, I feel like there's a weighing down of this person's energy. They could be narcissistic, they could be addicted, there could be some kind of a thing where you need to like sort of cleanse and clear yourself and clear your body. Now, if you're married to the person, it's a little harder because you can't just be like, hey, just get out. You might want to give it a little bit more, but you need to cleanse and clear yourself. And I hope that helps. To be able to get rid of some of this energy, because it is like a heavier weighted energy. I feel like you spend a lot of time, effort, and energy thinking about this person, what to do, solve the problem, always like in your head about it. So I hope that helps. And this could be a current person or an ex, but you'll know who I'm talking about because the person you like think about this person kind of a lot. Hope that helps. Okay. Tammy said, yeah, all Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Yeah, you have a lot of fire in your chart. So cardinal energy is, cardinal birds are the energy of Aries specifically, and the fire sign. Also, cardinals can signify birds, by the way. So if you see a cardinal, can signify problems with the blood. So you just want to watch that. Jocelyn said, Blue Jays, you've been very interactive with you lately. Yes, Blue Jays are a message, my dear, that you, because Blue Jays are considered to be the bully, okay, of the bird world. They're like the ones that take over the feeders and all that stuff. So Blue Jays are a message that either you need to stick up for yourself more, okay, or that you've been doing it a little bit too much. And the color blue is the color of the throat chakra, okay, Jocelyn, Blue Jays, and it means you might need to speak up for yourself. So just to let you know, that's the Blue Jay energy. All right, Lori said, would I pull a card about a side gig that she is trying to build? Yes, you're welcome, Martisha. I hope that helped you. I can't pull cards for everybody because obviously I'd be here all night long. But I'm gonna pull one more, and then I'm gonna pull a card, a general card, so that everybody knows what to expect from the Great Conjunction. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Do you remember that song from, what was that, like Sesame Street or something? All right, I'm dating myself a little bit here. All right, so Lori said, can I pull a card about, this fell out, so there you go. I always go with the ones that fall out. If you guys do cards at home and you have a fly out or one that falls out, gifts from God. Okay, Lori, this one's for you, gifts from God. And I'm going to read it. Archangel Sandalphon, we angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. Wow. 2021, but even 2022 is like, I feel like, Lori, I feel like you might turn this side gig into a main gig, but you're not ready yet. The main gig energy really feels like it comes like in 2022, but I do feel, oh, somebody said that was a song from Schoolhouse Rock. Conjunction Junction. Can't believe I just sang that on camera. There you go. So Lori, I feel like you're going to take your side gig and make it into a main gig, but it's going to take a while. But I would just build and build and build. Also, I see you doing some, or needing to do some travel, and maybe that's why it takes a little longer, because of COVID and the restrictions and stuff. But it does feel like you're going to end up moving into switching it into a full-time career. So I would just, keep funding, okay, that, because I almost feel like you take from your full-time gig and then you fund the money into your part-time gig, and that's what helps. Like, it's almost like you're your own personal investor. And I want you to look at it that way too, like, because sometimes when we're making a transition in a career, basically what we're doing is we're in the career and we're going to work and we're like, I hate this place. I don't want to go into that job, and that job sucks, and blah, blah, blah. And if I could only just do my dream. But I want you to think about driving to your full-time job as you're funding your dream. Okay. So, and I want you to switch that thought in your mind process, okay? Because believe it or not, that little switch can make a big, huge difference. And then all of a sudden you're not hating the full-time job, and you're able to be there and be present, because we always want to be present with what we're doing and not always be living in the future and the future and the future. So be present with what you're doing and just say, maybe I take like 10% of my full-time job earnings and I put it towards my part-time gig. But I do feel that you're going to end up needing, that you have to travel, but it's rough right now because it's hard to travel. So that might be why it takes a little longer. Look, when I am seeing from the COVID stuff, from the astrological energy and all that, it's not that these things don't happen. It's just they're delayed. That's all. They're just delayed. So I'm going to pull a card for everyone from my Archangel deck, because you guys know I'm jamming the Archangels. I love them so much. Everybody's commenting on my song. I love that I'm doing, this is so much fun with Instagram and Facebook. It's wonderful to be able to do these both live simultaneously. So thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for your patience. I've never done this before, so technology was a little interesting, but we'll see. So what do we need to know this week from the Grand Conjunction, all the Aquarius stuff, and these particular shifts that are going on? Okay. Yeah, wow, they're downloading me big time. Healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle. Okay, so Archangel Raphael, yay, we love him. Eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep and exercise regularly for optimal health. Okay, so this is Archangel Raphael. So here is the thing. With Archangel Raphael, you want to just be really present, because when I was closing my eyes, I got downloaded with this big message, so I just want to make sure I give this to you. There's so many planets shifting right now, because in this 1 week, and I didn't even cover one of them, tomorrow on the 15th, okay, Venus goes into Sagittarius. On Thursday, the 17th, Saturn goes into Aquarius, and on Saturday the 19th, Jupiter goes into Aquarius, and then on the 20th, on Sunday, Mercury goes into Capricorn. Okay, so we have 4 planets going into different signs, and we're busy. We're busy just in reference to, you know, holiday season and whatever, and we're trying to juggle stuff, and it's COVID, and how do you go to a party or not go to a party, or whatever the thing is. Okay, so we're busy right now, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the planet, in the energy, in the astrology, all that. So you want to make sure that you're eating, sleeping, exercising, all the basics. When Archangel Raphael shows up, it means that you might have something that you need to heal. Okay, something in your physical body that you need to heal. And so just make sure that you stick with some of the basics. That, you know, we tend to lose sleep, we stay up all night wrapping presents, or we put a lot of demands on ourselves around the holiday time anyway. But when these planets are shifting, it's like, whoa, 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 we just changed all these directions, and it's really jarring on the soul. I'll just say that. So on the weeks, we want to do lots of really good grounding. You know, I like my dark colored stones, so like hematite and snowflake obsidian, okay, is another good one. You know, I wear my hematite, my onyx. I wear lots and lots of grounding stones. All the dark colored stones, black tourmaline is another really good one. Onyx jet is another good black stone, but all these dark colored stones are really good for rooting and grounding. And we might need to do that. Corbin, you are so funny. Corbin said, does moving the fork from the plate to the mouth count as exercise? I wish it did. I wish it did. So thank you all for indulging me, for listening, for continuing to support my work, to share with your friends, to get private readings with me. I love all of you, and thank you so much. I feel blessed to do what I do. You guys make this possible, and have been so loving and nice and kind and encouraging. I love that. So please make sure you share the replay. Look, you can even send a private message to a friend, somebody that you need to, that you know needs to hear the message. I want you to go ahead and tag them. But thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening. All right, I hope everybody is safe during the holiday times. Please stay safe. It's very important. Okay.